Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. Just gonna have a little bit of a quick update today. We're not really doing a lot of anything, so we'll jump back into the game. Alright, we're back in the game here. As you can see, I have made some progress on the ship building. It's coming along slowly. But we have run into a bit of a problem, and that is I'm low on materials. In fact, I am almost completely out of materials. Some things I am completely out of. So I figured I'll take you in and I'll show you kind of where we're at and what's going down here. So you don't think I've just abandoned this whole game and this whole thing. No, we're still progressing. They just did an update the other day, and I actually found that it was duplicating my fertilizer, which was kind of weird. It's another side note, but hey. That's where we're at. So of all the chests that I had full of materials, they're all now completely empty. Except for 2 that are up on the ridge. So there's 9 chests of building materials that are all empty. Up on the ship here, as you can see, I've started working on putting some of the blocks in on this flat section here on the outside. I've done a lot of building on the don't hook on stuff please, on the hull itself. The bridge is almost finished. Yes, I still need to paint. Yes, I got to put in proper lighting. All these lights you see dotted around the place, that's just me putting lights up to continue working at night. Thrusters. That's 20 thrusters set up for engines. Cardboard. I'm going to be using cardboard to build this large structure because it's just basically is essentially a communications tower, con tower. It would have all your radar and gadgets and things in there. It's just a tower. These 2 units here are both smokestacks, so I'm going to use cardboard for them. And of course this section of wall here on both sides is going to carry all the way up and all the way down on both sides. That's going to be done also with cardboard. I haven't done much of the interior parts, but I've been working on let me rephrase, working on building the hull. Of course you can't go and have slopes. This should all be smooth and even and flat and that sort of thing. You can't really do that with cubes, but I'm doing my best with what I have. Same with this weapons. This is where a turret would be sitting. I'm kind of kicking around the idea of putting in a proper, an actual gun that fires TNT charges. I have to figure out how one of those are built. That might be something that comes in later on. And I've built the forward deck. This, of course, would on the actual ship has large chains and deck hardware and all kinds of junk on it that would come all the way up to the front. That's all going to come in. As you can see, the sides are still very rough. I haven't even done a lot of the shaping on them. I've just started shaping on the top here as well as down in the water underneath. basically the first 4 layers underneath, like the first block I have done, but everything above that needs to be worked on. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I've used a lot, like basically I've used up all the wood and materials that I had, and I mean, I haven't even started on interior stuff. And so much the underneath. Also, when I mounted this on that pillar, these lines moved forward by 1 block, which started having me pulling my hair out, quite literally, trying to figure it out for a couple of hours one day, because places like in the back here where there should be a line saying the block ends here, you know, it was suddenly showing it as being up here. Now they seem to have moved back where they belong again. But I do have some sections here that are off. Like this whole section back here is kind of off. It's just going to need to be tweaked and adjusted. Actually, this is all off. Maybe that's what it is. I am off. I don't know. It looks good from one side, but from the other it's off. I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe the lines are different underneath as they are on top. I'm not sure. Anyhow, that was a problem I ran into. Back and forth and back, trying to figure it out. And as much as I enjoy watching the tutorial over and over again, I'm getting kind of to the point where it's like, no, I counted this the right number. So yeah, those are all things that are delaying the project slightly. Of course, building materials being the #1 thing now means I'm going to have no choice but to go for a couple more salvage runs. I have to go start harvesting more trees, and I'm going to start harvesting more materials. I'm also, you saw all those nice thrusters up there on the bridge, but I am also out of component kits. I've got 26 component kits left in my inventory. This entire chest was full. You know, it's like, this is all electronics, this was all component kits, and you know, I mean, chemical, I got chemical for days now. I don't need chemical. I did some irrigation, that's why all the water's in here. Is I did some irrigation and I walked away and I forgot that I left the pump on, and it filled every empty slot. I've also started throwing carrots, beets, and tomatoes in the seeds in the chests for fertilizer. Those ingredients are used for making the veggie burger. So I mean, I had lots of them. As you can see, I've still got way too many seed packets for potatoes, and that sort of thing. I've still got beets hiding in these packet boxes, but I'm just going to reduce it down to just having the ones on the shelf here. I don't need more than that. That's 60. Well, no, that's 120. Every 2 stacks here is 120 seeds. I don't need more than that. So the rest of these are just going to go in the thing. I've been throwing away for the longest time, and I'm like, well, you know what? I keep making veggie burgers. Just throw those in the mix. That's kind of where we're at overall. I had thought about using carpet on this thing to give me a nice texture, but the carpet weighs more than the wood blocks. I want to use the cardboard on the larger structures, especially the things that are not going to have any real use. They're more of a decorative. mainly because cardboard only weighs 1, where wood weighs 2. What do you call it? Like cardboard only weighs 1 unit of weight, and wood weighs 2. So cardboard is half the weight of the wood, even the high-end wood. So if I can reduce the overall weight of the ship slightly, that will help when I have to start balancing it for ballast and floating abilities and such. Don't forget, I am still planning on moving all of the equipment on there. I want this to actually function as a ship so that it actually carries a good load. One other thing, the good folks at Scrap Mechanic posted a thing the other day that they said there is another chapter coming in the survival quest, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, the last major update, they deleted all of my hostiles around this area, which also means that most of my cows have disappeared as well. Before I had cattle, this hill was always full of cows, and now I never, like I have none, which is making it very difficult to produce food, because I can't come out here and just blast the area with cows and smack a few hay bots. I actually have to travel quite a distance for milk. But that's kind of where we're at. My leg is not that bad right now with the ship, even when it renders in like that, because it's mounted to the ground, which is a good thing. My overall leg around the base is still a little bit higher than I would like, but that's okay. But as soon as I take it off the weld point, my frames go right down, because it's trying to calculate it as a dynamic structure. So that's going to be another major issue to contend with later on. But that's where we're at. No, I haven't abandoned Scrap Mechanic completely. I'm still playing it. I am just grinding, doing the inevitable eternal grind for all the things that I need to build, and all the resources that I need to collect. This lovely chest that I brought back has yet to produce anything. I had 1 tomato out of it. So anybody who's thinking that these are good for bringing back and just having chests for loot, they're not. They are good. I mean, that's still, if you wanted to use it for storage, that's still 6 storage slots. You could always probably just fill it with storage. But the only thing I do like about them is they are indestructible. So that would make a good wall. You can't weld to it, so there's no way to secure it except to basically just clamp it in place with some sort of force, or just brute force it in place and have it stuck there. But that is it. That's where we're at. That's how things are going. I know this is not a great episode. We're not really doing a lot of building. I'm not doing a lot of anything. I'm gonna have to go back out and start collecting wood and resources again like mad, and probably go hit all of the go hit a bunch of farm bots for more component kits. I'll just have to go out and just start killing bots altogether for component kits. I was kind of hoping to have this a little bit further on. I thought I had a lot more material ready than I did. It turned out that no, I was grossly underestimating my overall material requirements. For this point of the build. Of course, I am recovering a little bit as I shape it, but even doing that, I'm still running at a deficit overall. So that's going to do it for today, kids. Hope you're enjoying Scrap Mechanic. and I'll see you on the next episode, where hopefully we can get back in on the build or get in on doing something else a little bit more fun. I have a whole lot of grinding to do between now and next episode, and yeah, I'm not even sure how much I'm going to get done here on, if anything, on the build over the next little while. So thanks all for watching, and good night for now.